Brian Bitler, Chris Ruffalo, Al McMorty. Al's going to have to jump after NBA. That's what he was saying. I hit the start button. He was still talking, but that's okay. He's got plenty of good things to say. Picked that Derby payer yesterday. No one picked the Derby winner. I don't care who you are out there. I'm sure there are people saying, I knew it or any of that stuff, but whatever. Yesterday was a big day for the upsets, big day for the dogs in the boxing ring, on the racetrack. It happened pretty much everywhere. Canelo Alvarez was dominated in that fight last night. Certainly a warrior, and I certainly love the way that he responded in the interview to that, and certainly like a true champion. And, we could talk about that in a little bit as well, because I think, as a Mexican fighter, he has an expectation of his people, and I think he did that. I think, he never stopped coming forward. He never changed his strategy. And he just said, you know what? This guy beat me. I'm not going to win every single, it can happen. I was 120 pounds. I'm fighting at 175 now. And, I'm no taller than 5'5" or something. And carrying this much weight. And, this guy just had really good spacing on me. And that's really what happened, is he just was able to really get the right distance on him. And that was the difference in that fight. I was a little surprised that even though Canelo was dominated throughout the fight, or appeared to be dominated, I was surprised that there wasn't a judge that had it a draw and then someone had with a ridiculous score for Canelo, because that's normally the way that boxing goes, and the fight goes as a draw. But they gave it a unanimous decision the other way, and 18-1 underdog there for Bivol. So if you parlayed him up with the Derby winner, well, enjoy the Maldives. Anyways, Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you, Mitch. Beautiful morning here, sun shining, so it's gonna be a good day.
You happened to catch that horse race? I mean, there was a lot of tears shed.
No, I didn't.
I'll tell you that much. By the winners and the losers, it was just one of those magical moments in sports. I don't think we've seen a winner like that since Arkong in the Breeders' Cup. Brian, how you doing today?
Can't complain. Yesterday was a nice day for dogs overall.
Chris Ruffalo, how's it going?
Doing well. It's already started the morning with some soccer winners. Now I'm ready to do it here in MLB, NBA. Lots of action today.
It got a little odd that Jerry Bailey was the one talking about it as one of the greatest upsets of all time, when he was the one on Arkong that hit the wire at 99-1 in the Breeders' Cup. I don't know. We've seen some upsets in the Derby, but I think for me that's got to be the biggest, right, that I've seen.
I remember I had Frez. I can't remember if it was the Derby or one of the other races, whatever it was, but it was 50-1. That was that in the 90s? I mean, that was a long time ago. But yeah, I was happy. I mean, I was thinking about it because I had Epicenter to win in place, and you really, when you think about the result, there weren't many, betting combinations someone was going to have yesterday that was going to produce a profit with that horse coming out on top. So I was pretty happy with, all of our clients here at Pick Dogs who joined us, who had Epicenter to win in place. It was a nice return on the investment. So, and it was a fun race. I was just as happy to see the other horse win, and have our horse come in second, because just for the stories, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Mike G is saying, only casuals didn't know about Bivol, and that's true. He was undefeated going into that fight, but if you haven't ever seen a Canelo Alvarez fight, or boxing in general, usually guys like that aren't going to get a decision in Vegas. It just doesn't usually work that way. So it really doesn't matter who wins the fight and who doesn't win the fight. Normally on those fights, we see one card where it's 118, 112 Canelo, or something like that on there. We did not see it yesterday. But anyways, I thought the horse race was absolutely, just a shocker. And you could see the traffic, bottling guys up. I think Epicenter maybe got used up a little bit. He got blocked and was able to get through. And I think probably that could have been the difference there for him. For Mo Donegal, he was blocked 2 or 3 times there. He was also coming at the end, didn't quite make it. The 3 closers were the ones that were really coming hard at the end and were right there. It was a blistering pace. out front. Messier, who led the way, I mean, finished 15th, 16th, I believe. Who, and he was right there until the last 100 yards or so. He got passed late, so it was one of those races. You know, if you put down 1,000 on Adam on him, then he wouldn't have been 91-1. You know, that's basically the way that works. Unfortunately, in horse racing, it's like if you put down money on a horse, it actually works against you as far as the odds go. But 1,000 in the Derby pool probably isn't going to move it. But it was definitely epic. You just don't see it every day. You know, we've all hit big long shots at the track. You know, I hit swing through. I remember 75-1 in the last race at Belmont one day. You know, it happens. You know, I've hit. You know, my wife is the queen of the IRS ticket at the track. You know, she's paid for a lot of house renovations over the years with my wife's trifectas, but she did not have that one. I think when you have a horse in there that wasn't in the race, it's really hard to have. It makes it even more difficult. You know,
and the people who did have it, you know, they also had 75 other losers to go with that winning ticket because they're just taking the flyer in the long shot.
Yeah, I think would the tri pay 314,000 or the super paid that 314,000 on $1. Crazy. That is that's why people love horse racing. You know, it's like it does happen. It happens, you know, not every day, but it certainly seems to happen a lot. You know, these big bombs come in. You know, you get this all comes back to the same argument that we have during the Breeders' Cup, and you know, you can look at the Kentucky Derby. There's no crappy horses in this field. You know, there's no. They could say, oh, this horse doesn't have a shot or whatever, like Causeway or whatever. It's like, we bet on his grandfather. He could not get this distance, right? It was not good. It was like, I don't even understand why he's in the race. You know, it's like, if you're Causeway, your grandfather couldn't carry this distance. Your father couldn't carry this distance. Your uncle couldn't carry this distance. Your cousins can't carry this distance. You're not going to carry this, right? It's like, why are you in the race? But some of these others, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who comes back for next race and who comes back for the Belmont. But we know on the court yesterday, we had a controversial foul. They called the foul before the shot there, and Celtics got 2 shots instead of 3 shots. They missed the second shot, so depending on where you had it, I actually bet the in-game. I had the Bucks minus 1.5 on the in-game, and I ended up cashing on that. But I know a lot of pushes out there on that game. A lot of people money-lined both sides of it because of the tight line. But that was an interesting one, and we've got, you know, we're at that point in the NBA playoffs where it's crystal clear. Just like there's no scrub horses in the Kentucky Derby, there's no scrub teams left in the NBA playoffs. Anybody can win this thing of the teams that are left. But we have in the first game, we have the Dallas Mavericks are a home dog here against the Phoenix Suns. Dallas was large and in charge game 3 after losing the first 2 games. They did it with defense. The first 2 games, the Suns scored in the high one. They scored in the 120s in both those games. Last time out, not even a whiff of that. It was all the Dallas defense, and you know they could talk. You know, we could talk about shots and all of that other stuff, but you know, it was the defense because they shut the Suns down. Joe, what do you think about this matchup?
I've got to roll with the Phoenix Suns here. I don't think the Dallas Mavericks can replicate the defense that we saw in that last game. I think we do see a better shooting day out of the Phoenix Suns in this one. And I think they get the win and the cover. So give me the Phoenix Suns laying them 1.5.
How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to take Luka, score the first basket, plus 460. I'm going to take Jalen Brunson over 18.5 points. And Chris Paul, Ninos' favorite player, over 17.5 points.
So about the game itself, you just don't care.
Well, I have premium on both the side and the spread. So
all right, we could have.
I came up with player props.
All right, Chris Ruffalo.
thought I was going to say he was taking a Ruffalo on the game, but no, I'm gonna take the over 214.5 here. I think there is going to be some regression on both sides here. Positive for the Suns after. I know we just said we weren't trying to talk too much about shots and the great defense the Dallas Mavericks played, but Phoenix did miss their fair share, and I think some of those are going to fall today. And I think this game finishes closer to the 220 mark than 214.5.
Al, how about you?
Well, I thought Friday's game was a perfect Dallas and the under. I actually had selections on both Dallas and the under in that game. Phoenix coming off those extremely too high scoring wins where they topped 120 points in both games, but that was then and this is now. I don't have any pick dogs, premium plays in basketball today, but I do favor the Phoenix side in this game. That was their game to kind of give Dallas, so to speak. Phoenix is going to win the series, I believe. Yeah. Phoenix is 61-27 ATS as a road favorite off a straight up and against the spread loss, including 17-2 ATS when they're playing with revenge. The Suns, likewise, 32-14 ATS after failing to cover the spread by 6 or more points. And then Dallas, when they're playing an opponent with 333 or better win percentage. If Dallas is off a win, they're 16-34 ATS if their opponent has revenge. So, I just think this is going to be one of those kind of gentleman sweeps kind of series where Phoenix is going to win today, go back to Phoenix, take care of business, win in 5, and that's all she wrote for Dallas.
I don't know. I think this game is going to be a war once again. I think Dallas is going to try and drag it down to their level, and it's just a matter of if Phoenix can, come out of it. Dallas is tough building too. And I don't know. I think that, I gave out in the parlay, the NBA parlay, Luka, under 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That hits at an 80% clip. The under 51.5 for that. And generally always going to see aggressive numbers and overs on players that are superstars like that. So, I like that. I don't have a premium play on this game either, but I lean to Dallas. I just think that the Suns look dominant in the regular season, but since they've come into the playoffs, and I know Booker was out for a while, they haven't looked. Maybe they peaked at the wrong time, or I'm not really sure. But I think today we're going to find out a lot about what exactly this is going to happen in this series, and I don't think Dallas is going to go down easy. That's for sure. I know all of the angles and the streaks favor the Suns here. In this type of spot is where they've been straight money. So, like I said, I like Dallas. I can't give it as a premium pick because everything else says Suns.
There's a lot of angles on Dallas as well.
But the big ones are the Suns. And it's to me it's like I can't give Dallas in good conscience as a premium when everything says Suns. Even I want Dallas. It's like I want them to win. It's like I can create angles, when you want something to happen, you can create angles. And it's like I think that I can't get far enough away from it to make an honest opinion, make an honest pick. So I'm just gonna say I want Dallas to win. I think they have a good chance. I think that if they're going to win, someone else is going to have to step up. We're gonna need to see some, an insane game from one of these other guys there, and that's really what it is. But we head to Philadelphia where the Sixers were fined for their treatment of the Embiid injury in Game 3. Really, I would have not played the game, to be honest with you. Instead, I ended up on the Heat. And I still think the Heat are the better team. I think they win this game going away. And I think, they're more prepared and they're more ready. And I think even with Embiid in there and in the way the final score came out in that game, I think the Heat, we saw them reel them in a couple times in that game, and then it kind of at the end of the game, they kind of just took the Heat missed about 150 shots in the first quarter. They shot horribly in that game, and I don't think it was Philly defense. I just think it was poor shot selection in there, and I think they probably looked at that film and they said, why didn't we just do this instead? Because they were missing wide open threes, but there are wide open layups in there that they were giving up. You got to take those, especially on the road. But Joel Embiid, certainly a factor, man. This guy is just ridiculous. Don't understand why I didn't warm up with the mask on. If you're going to play with the mask on, why don't you warm up with the mask on, all that stuff. I think that took away from his effectiveness. In my parlay, I gave out Embiid over the 33. I think it's 33 and a half or 30. I think it's 33 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Getting almost coin flip money, coin flip odds on something that hits at 70%. I don't know. It's the betting tools, right? It's like this is what they show you. Basically, coin flip odds on that, and it hits at 70% rate. So, and that's, to me, it's like the betting tools as far as these player props, which are super popular now. They kind of really put it all in perspective for you. It's like there is no argument, right? It's like, oh, Luka's gonna do no. Well, 80% of the time he doesn't, right? So if you're getting better than the odds that we're seeing, like from the DraftKings and from Bet Rivers, and we have a relationship with both those books, and it's like we're not saying that they're bad odds makers or anything, but we're just saying that the public leaves these open holes, and the books know that. They understand the public perception here, which makes that Embiid number look a little shaky, points, rebound, assists in the low 30s. Big Al, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, I think this game's tricky. I'm not playing this game either, but, with the gun to my head, I would take the Miami side. Anytime you get a team off a blowout loss, as, what happened in game number 3, you always want to take a look at that side, especially if they're on the road in the second of back-to-back games. So I think the edge, the intangibles are on the Miami side. You take a look at how road teams do off a 20-point road playoff loss, and when they're playing back-to-back road games, if the first game's a blowout loss, they tend to bounce back in the second game, 74 and 54 ATS going back to 1990. So that bodes well for Miami here. You also take a look at how the Heat themselves have done, off bad losses when they're on the road, and Miami's off a 20-point or worse, lost 33 and 10 ATS. For those reasons, I would take, Miami in this situation, but it's, definitely not strong enough to ever make a premium play.
Chris?
Yeah, Michie took a lot of the good words out of my mouth, because I think Miami really just lost that game more than Philly really wanted in Game 3. Joel Embiid, obviously the big name that we talk about, but Kyle Lowry came back in that game and I think really just threw off everything that Miami had going for them. They had solid guard play going with, Gabe Vincent really sort of emerging in that Miami backcourt. And, I think Lowry coming back, he wasn't really effective, and I think he just kind of threw everything off. I think, the Heat adjust for this game, really sort of bounce back and get themselves a win here. Maybe take the points if you want, but I like the Heat on the money line as well.
Brian?
Yeah, in the Game 3 had the 76ers. I think that game was won on emotion with Embiid. But here, I think it separates the men from the boys here. I think you take the Miami Heat plus the points. I think they're the better team. They're better coached. And after getting punched in the mouth by 20 points, I think the Heat bounce back here and very least cover the spread.
Joe?
For myself, I think you can take the Heat plus the points, sprinkle that money line, and take the under in this one. I think we see a lower scoring game. Again, with both defenses stepping up, I do think we'll see a better shooting night out of Miami, but still not enough to get over this 207.5. I think it definitely stays under this number. First one to 100 gets this win.
I like the Heat here. I think they make a statement here, take it back to Miami, and get some rest for the next round before they play in the finals. But Joe, what are you selling today? Pick dogs.
I have a 5-pack today. I have 2 in the NHL, 1 in the MLB, and 2 in the NBA. So head on over there. As some of these games kick off, I'll make them into smaller packages for you guys as well.
How about you, Brian?
I'm trying for 4 straight winning days. I got my NHL total of the year for $30 at pickdogs.com premium picks, or you can get my 3 best bets, my Sunday no limit 3-pack for $50 at pickdogs.com premium picks. It includes my NBA best bet, NHL best bet, Major League Baseball best bet.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I got my Sunday MLB triple play. 3 favorite MLB plays on the board today, $39.95, and also for long-term subscribers, I've got an NHL play in there as well. So check that out over Pick Dogs Premium.
Al, no NBA for you. What do you have going on today?
Yeah, I mean, I will have NBA tomorrow, just not today. Yesterday, I cashed the under in the Milwaukee-Boston game, so on a nice little 40, I think it's 49 and 27 in my last 76 in basketball. Today, I've got a triple pack in baseball, 34 and 17, last 51 on the base paths. I've got a play in hockey. I'm 14 and 3, last 17 on the ice. So a lot of good options today, just not on the hardwood. And I'll be back in action in the NBA tomorrow. And if folks would like to join, with myself and one of the other champion handicappers here at Pick Dogs, do the 2-for-1 handicapper special.
You got Jovan with us now as well. Jovan, we've gone over both the NBA games, and we're just right at this point. We're just asking what you have going on today at Pick Dogs.
So I have a 3-pack, all NBA. That's basically about it. No baseball, left that alone for the weekend. I'll resume that tomorrow, and yeah, I'll sell them separately also as single plays, but that's what I have.
What do you think of these NBA games today? I know you have premium picks on both of them, but any free advice here for everybody?
The free advice I can't give out. Well, I think the officiating in the Phoenix Dallas game is gonna be pivotal. As much as I want the Mavericks to win and tie the series up, I just think that the Suns are gonna it's gonna be a close game late, but I think that there's gonna be a few. I'm not gonna say calls or anything like that, but I think that the way the officiating might go in this one, it might lean a little more towards the Suns, but you never know because they might want Luka Doncic, to stretch this series out. But I just think that the Suns are just too strong, and they'll have a commanding 3-1 advantage coming out of this game.
All right, you heard it from Jovan. The fix is in. I've got.
I don't know if the fix is in. I'll say this: if the fix is in, I think the fix would be. I kind of misspoke with the fix would be in more towards the Dallas side. Just to get Luka Doncic some more games in the series.
I've got an MLB 3-pack. I have a lot of other plays in there as well that aren't included in my 3-pack, and I have my solo big play of the day as well. So all those over at pickdogs.com. You can see on the screen we're running a coupon for May, 15% off. You can only use it once, so that's per cart. So you could load it up with 3 2-capper 30-day packages or 10 yearlies or whatever. You can use it all for that, or you can use it for a $15, $25, $30 pick. It's up to you, but you can only use it once. So make it count. And we'll do a monthly special every month. Last month we did a free consensus report. This month we're doing this. Next month we'll figure it out, and then before you know it, it's Christmas in July. Anyways, go to Major League Baseball. Can't remember this many rainouts. I mean, it's like not only is it rainouts, it's like late pitching changes across the board, across the board. I knew we were going to see Kirby today in Seattle, but I didn't think he was going to start. He's been pitching in relief in the minors. And now all of a sudden they move Flexen out, put Kirby in, and the odds flip, where the Rays were favored. Now they're dogs here against Seattle. So big changes across the board here. Carlos Rodon out in San Francisco, Junis in. Big change. I mean, these are big changes, and they're coming in late. But baseball is more than starting pitching. We know that most starting pitchers, the bulk of them, especially the deeper you get into the rotation, only go 4 or 5 innings these days. So it doesn't really matter all that much. And just keep it competitive. The games are won late with depth. We see it more and more. We saw it yesterday in Arizona once again. Late game heroics by the Rockies. And it just seems every day we're seeing a game like this. You know, depending on which side you are, either you're elated or your heart's been ripped out and tap danced on. And speaking of that, Joe Madden, you know, who gets to spend this hour or so with us every day to question where her life took that turn, that this is where it ended up, that she gets to spend her Mother's Day with us. Joe, we look at some of these early games, and we've got one that starts really in about an hour at Fenway Park. Michael Wacha up against Dallas Keuchel. And then we have the Mets and the Phillies. Looks like they're actually going to play today, Brian. What's the weather there?
The weather's going to be nice, but it's showing Tanner Houck's going to open that game for the Boston Red Sox now.
Oh, really?
I'm seeing Houck as well.
I like the over. Anyway, he was hideous the last. I mean, those home runs. I mean, oh my God, he got hammered. It was like he had one good inning. It was against the Angels, right? He was on the other side of that Ohtani thing. It was like they put him in, and it was like, oh my, was he on that one or was it the other game? Either way, he got crushed. I mean,
it was the Ohtani game.
Oh, did he get destroyed in that game? Oh my God. Anyways,
Well, that changes things in that game for sure.
Well, I might have to Dallas Keuchel and him. I like Wacha. I think he's way underrated. I mean, of course, after Ron Romanelli's Stephen Matz comments, we don't see him here today. Maybe he's trying to chase down all those baseballs that are flying out in the river in the bay in San Francisco. But anyways, Chris Bassett up against Zach Eflin. Is that what everyone's seeing for Philly Mets?
I'm seeing game one. I'm seeing Scherzer and Gibson.
Bassett Sanchez in the afternoon.
All right, and then we have Charlie Morton and Aaron Ashby for the Braves Brewers. Big Al, you have to head on out, but we appreciate you joining us. Any words of wisdom to everybody out there for today's action? I know it's stay away from the NBA and hammer baseball. Is that what it is? Or
hammer hockey. I think the best play today is on the ice.
All right, Joe Madden, Puck and Crazy. Are we going to do Puck and Crazy Mother's Day edition?
Yeah, I've got to get it in as soon as possible.
She's got brunch, so
I do have brunch.
I've got to jump. Good luck to everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and I'll be back with you guys next weekend.
Thanks for joining us today, Al. We appreciate it. But anyways, we go back to these games, and Jovan, you want to take over here on this?
Oh, with the
first three,
the first slate of games.
Yeah, the first three.
All right. Yeah. So the Red Sox game. I was just by Fenway not too long ago running around, and there's a lot of White Sox fans out there, you know. But anyway, I could only play the over in this one. To tell you the truth, you know, with Dallas Keuchel and Tanner Houck on the mound, you know, just kind of a low total if you ask me. I think it gets to at least 5-4. This total is right for the picking for the over, I believe.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I like the over now, especially now that, you know, Houck's been switched in for Boston. But I'm also sticking with the Mets in both halves of the doubleheader. I just think that even with yesterday's matchups with still Scherzer and Gibson, but I was still on the Mets even with Bassett against Eflin, and now against Christopher Sanchez. I still got to stick with the Mets, I think, for the doubleheader sweep there. And I also like the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't trust Charlie Morton as far as I can throw him. He's not the same pitcher that we've seen from last season. I think he's going to put Atlanta in a bit of a hole here.
He's not a first half of the season pitcher, and that's really what it is. Brian?
For me in this White Sox-Boston game, I'm going to take a crack with the Chicago White Sox here. You get nice plus money. White Sox seem to be on fire, playing good baseball. And I think Keuchel, how many starts are they going to give him to get blown up? And Tanner Houck, he could get blown up as well. So I'm going to take a shot here at the White Sox. And then Mr. Reliable, Max Scherzer, I think for that price, it's worth a small play. Even though the Phillies are my team, I think the Mets are the right play here.
Joe Madden.
Yeah, for myself, I'm pretty agreeable with you guys today. I'm going to ride with you, Brian, on the Chicago White Sox. I think they come out, have a good game. I think that one definitely goes over the total now. I was looking at the under before with Watcha in, but I think now this one goes over. And then give me the New York Mets to come out strong. Mets have just played the Phillies so strong, and I think they come out for a good game. And then I think the Brewers are the way better team, and we're getting plus money with them. Give me the Brewers here. They're strong on the road, 6-1 in their last 7 road games. And the Braves as a favorite have really struggled, 0-5 in their last 5 as a favorite. What about you, Mitch?
I like the Red Sox first 5 here against the White Sox. I think Keuchel gets absolutely crushed. Whether or not Tanner Houck gives up that many, I don't know. But I like the first 5 over. I like runs first inning. I like the Red Sox first inning, Red Sox first 5. I like probably the White Sox to win the game. So just a lot of information there. And, I just think that's one of those games. It's an early start, and generally I say, well, don't go chasing, because it's the only game or whatever, any of that stuff. But with that pitching matchup, why not? It's like Dallas Keuchel, you stink, It's like you hold on to this guy and you get rid of Rodon. What the hell are you guys doing? Tony La Russa's head doesn't fit through the door. I love the White Sox. I mean, they're my team. They're back to 500. This is a team that lost 8 games in a row. They're 500 on the season, and it's only 26
What's the
games.
cost difference between Keuchel and Rodon?
Who cares? It's Chicago. It's the third biggest market in the country. It's not. They're not. They're not. They're not.
They have a budget.
They're not.
Everybody has a budget. You gotta stick to it.
They're not the Cincinnati Reds or the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the Chicago White Sox. It's the third largest TV market in the nation. It's the third largest city in the United States. It's Chicago. It's not, it's not the Tampa Bay Rays. It's like they have the money. It's not they don't have. Believe me, if it's Frank Thomas, they had the money. It's like they have the money. If it's Paul Konerko, they have the money. If it was Chris Sale and they thought he was going to stay healthy, they would have had the money. They traded Chris Sale because they knew he was going to be damaged goods because he weighs 145 pounds and he throws this weird motion which can't possibly hold it together. You're going to have problems if you throw it. It's like just such an odd motion. It's herky-jerky. It's putting the body in positions it shouldn't naturally be in. Anyways.
And for
Ruffalo, don't say a word.
I'm saying Keuchel making $18 million this year.
Yeah.
And Rodon $22 million.
Yeah. It's nothing. It's a cup of coffee in this league. It's 2 starts for Cole. It's really the difference there, Anyways. Yeah. I don't know. It's Tony La Russa, It's Tony La Russa. We'll just blame it on him. I don't like him.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Tony La Russa, he ruined the game of baseball.
Wow, I wouldn't say that.
I would say Tony La Russa and Lou Piniella ruined the game of baseball.
Sweet Lou. You can't say that about Sweet Lou Piniella.
Ruined the game of baseball, and Tony La Russa made it worse. They changed, when you have a manager that they have to change the rules for the betterment of the game, to not allow them to do the crap that they do.
I don't like that rule change. You should be able to change your pitcher whenever you want to. That's why your roster is set at a certain amount.
That's why nobody watches baseball.
No, I watch baseball. I like it.
You are boring. So
just saying, if you have
that's why you don't have a girlfriend. That's why.
I know. I don't have a girl. That has nothing to do with that.
I think it does. That and your Star Wars collection.
I don't have a Star Wars collection. Just baseball cards.
What's the last Star Wars movie that you saw?
Whatever the last one was, but it was on Netflix, so I didn't pay to go see it.
Okay, sure you did.
Yeah.
Sure you did.
Those aren't even the good ones. I fell asleep in the last one.
Anyways, I'd way rather have Rodon than Dallas Keuchel, given the choice, which they had. They had the choice, and they took Keuchel. everyone knows I bet against the Phillies every single game, so I have the Mets in both of those games. I automatically bet against the Phillies every single game, so it's a great strategy. It works extremely well. Pays for all this crap. The Orioles and the Royals are rained out, right? Is that what happened here?
I have it listed. Did it rain out?
I don't know. Maybe that was just a pitching change.
Shouldn't have.
Maybe just the pitching change. I see postponed.
Yeah, because I got Lyles and Greinke matching up in game
The
one.
show postponed.
Yeah,
Let me
so
see
do
what what that 4-letter word says.
It's not weather.
Is that El
I'm still seeing
Niños?
Royals and Orioles.
I still see it up.
Oh, El Niños is here. Oh, bring him in. There he is. Welcome, Al. How are you this morning?
Doing good. How are you?
Super duper.
He should be in a good mood. The Dodgers won both games yesterday.
I still show the game listed, so maybe it is being played. Oh, maybe they just did the pitching change because these guys were listed as like it was supposed to be Zimmerman against Greinke, which I was selling.
I see Zimmerman and Lynch now.
Oh. Well, we're not going to get any good odds on that, are we? Anyways, El Niños, these first 3 games, we went over the Red Sox, White Sox, the Mutts, and the Phillies, and what was the other beauty that we checked out? It was the
Braves.
Brewers.
Brewers.
And the Brewers. Charlie Morton and Aaron Ashby going at it in Atlanta. What do you think of these 3? Anything?
It's a tough one. I like the Mets. Probably Mets -1 there. It's a little juicy. And that Braves should be a good game, but I don't know. What was the third one? You said because
Mets, White Sox, Red Sox is the other one. Starts in
I
just
gotta
about an
go.
hour.
As much as I hate to do this, I have to go Red Sox -1. Just Keuchel, not very good lately, and Walker's been better than I thought he would be. So, see if he can keep it going against the White Sox that have struggled on the road. And yeah, Mets -1's probably the one I like best, though.
All right, we moved to our next set of games. That took a while. We got the Orioles and the Royals for game 1 of their doubleheader. Yankees and the Rangers, game 1 of their doubleheader, and the Reds and the Pirates, who played a doubleheader yesterday. The Reds' winning streak ending in a hurry. They did get the win. They got win number 4. They're on their way. 4-23 on the season now. That is about as bad as it gets. El Niños, what do you think of these 3 games?
Yeah. I'll do the over in the Yankees game. Not too much interest in the other ones. Might take a shot with the Royals first 5, but I'm not even crazy about that. That's about it for me there.
How about you, Jovan?
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with Jordan Lyles in Baltimore for game 1. I know he's facing Zach Greinke, but yeah, I think they're just playing better form of baseball. So until further notice, I'm on a Kansas City fade. And also, are we touching up on the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game?
Yes.
Yeah, I really don't want to do this, but I'm gonna roll with the Reds.
I can't allow it. I'm sorry.
Can't allow it.
No. It's either Pirates or no bet.
I just think that Tyler Mahle, he got blown up his last game. Am I correct? I think he just bounces back for some reason. Don't shoot the messenger.
Ruffalo? We'll just take it out on Ruffalo instead. Chris, what do you think?
That's okay. I've been used to it for the last 3 years. I'm gonna go with the over in that Pirates Reds game. I know both stink offensively, but that pitching matchup is absolutely atrocious. Thompson has not been good at all this season, and Tyler Mahle, he normally struggles at home to begin with, and now you put those two struggling pitchers in a bandbox like Great American Ballpark with a total of 8. Yeah, I like the over there, and I like the over in that Yankees and Rangers matchup. Dane Dunning and Garrett Cole. I think we see a bunch of runs on the board here. If it's not from the starters, it'll be from the bullpens. So give me the over 7.5 in that one.
The get-in price is $3 at Great American today for the Mother's Day keychain giveaway.
You got a hot dog too?
Oh, what a great gift to give your mom a keychain.
Well,
keychain and a hot dog.
$3, man, is the get-in price from $3. So in section 404, if you want to move it up, step it up, be the big Bitler spender, you can get to section 404 out of section 509 for $4.
I don't sit in the cheap seats.
Well, I don't think you'll have a choice in Cincinnati today because $17 for section 112. That's really not nothing pretty about it. That is right at third base. $17. You seriously couldn't get chicken nuggets at Citi Field for that.
You can get a beer at Rogers Center for that.
Wow. Yeah, all these ones in 103, $17. And these are, this is brutal. Wow. America's pastime. Brian, what do you like in these games?
It is America's pastime. I might be a sucker here, but I'll take the Pittsburgh Pirates here at plus money. It's just, I think Mail's the better pitcher for the Reds, but I think if you can get him out of the game, Reds bullpen, anything's possible. They find ways to lose games, so you're going to give me plus money with the Pirates. I think I'll take it. Texas Rangers plus 1.5 here for me. Right before these multiple rainouts, the Rangers have been playing pretty solid baseball. Garrett Cole, you never know when he's going to blow up. So I'll take the 1.5 with the Rangers. And then game one, Royals and Orioles. I'm going to roll with the Royals in game one with Greinke on the mound against my boy Lyles. I think this is a split here. I think the Royals take game one.
Visitors on deck circle, $27 today in Cincinnati.
There we go. I like that.
$27. You can sit right at the on deck circle. Yell
I would
at the
enjoy
players.
it. If I lived across the street, I'd go to the game for sure. That's a value there.
I lived in Cincinnati. It's actually not a horrible place to see a game. Great American. Not horrible. Joe?
For myself, I love the over between the Texas Rangers and the New York Yankees. And I think Brian's on the right path, taking the Texas Rangers on the run line plus that 1.5. But I think you sprinkle on the money line here, looking for them to pull off an upset in game one. I don't think they do it in game two, but I think game one might be theirs. Strong against left-handed starters. So they have every opportunity at plus 195. I think it's worth a little bit of a sprinkle on that one. And then give me the Baltimore Orioles here. I think they're the stronger team. I think they're going to have a good game. They do struggle against lefties. We have a lefty up, don't we? Or is the pitching change? Is it still Greinke?
Yes.
Okay, so he's a right-hander, so we don't have to worry about that. The Royals have just really struggled in Baltimore. So, no, sorry, not in Baltimore. Overall, going 1-5 in their last 6. Overall, 2-7 in their last 9 road games. So I can't trust them here on the road to get it done. I do think we see this one come in under the total. 4-1 in the last 5 meetings to that under.
Joe, we don't pull any punches here. We ask the hard-hitting questions. What would you rather have? That ticket to the Cincinnati Reds game for Mother's Day gift, the macaroni necklace, or the ticket to the Reds game?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Macaroni necklace, please.
All right, one macaroni necklace for Joe Madden. You ever get the macaroni necklace? You ever get
that? I have a couple, and I still have them. And then I have this butterfly that my son made, and I actually wear it every Mother's Day. He made it when he was like 4. It's like a little pin, and it's like felt, and
You should wear the
that will
macaroni.
be going on.
You should wear the macaroni necklace.
Well, I've got to find that. I don't actually know where the macaroni necklace is. I've got,
I got
two
one
of
right
them.
in my drawer
Both kids made one.
downstairs. I can wear it.
Pardon, Brian?
I said I got one in my sock drawer downstairs.
Nice.
Nice. Well, if you would marry Joe for the green card, you could let her borrow it. But until then, it's going to stay in that sock drawer.
Oh, too funny.
No green card for Joe for Mother's Day. Anyways, I like the Rangers here. I bet against the Yankees every game, and I don't really care what anybody says about it. I will continue to do it. I'm getting plus 200 on my money. All I need to do is win one of these two games, and I win money today. I will take it. And I think I like my chances. Cole is a dumpster fire. He's the most overpaid piece of crap in baseball. And we will see it again today as those Rangers bats go party time on the Yankees. The thing is the difference between the good teams and the bad teams. Ninos, you say anything, I'm going to mute you. The thing is the thing is that I saw you. The thing is that the difference between the good teams and the bad teams in baseball is the depth. It really is. That's the biggest difference, is the depth. And it's like when you have 3 days off like that, well, you don't have to worry about it. And the Rangers, I think their starting lineup, we saw it when they played the Blue Jays in Toronto. They hammered it away with them. They can hammer away with them. And with Cole pitching, you're going to see some balls flying out of Yankee Stadium for the Rangers because he stinks. I don't care what you say. The numbers are the numbers, and his career shows that he, even when he doesn't have blow-up games, he has blow-up innings, and he's got almost every game in his career he has one. And these guys will make you pay. Rangers, all day, twice on Mother's Day. Get a free carnation with admission at Yankee Stadium tonight. Nice. All right. Connor Pilkington on the mound for the Guardians. Heard Jovan say that in his video last night. I had to look him up. Then we have the Twins up against Oakland. Man, that was a quick, good game. That was the way baseball should be played yesterday. 1-0. Out of Dodge. It was like 1-0, game over. 2 hours and 10 minutes or something. They were done. It's like, all right, let's go do something else. I like it. And the Astros, these guys can't hit their way out of a paper bag. Jake Odorizzi on the mound here for the Stros. For the Tigers, the pitcher is Peralta. Oh boy! So if you can't hit Peralta, time to get a new hitting coach. Joe, what do you think about these three?
Well, I think they're going to have to hit Peralta, so I'm going to go on the over in this one. I think we have a higher scoring one. Houston's bats have to get hot at some point, and I think this is the opportunity today. Give me the Minnesota Twins here. I think they have another fantastic game. 8-0 in their last 8 games. I'm not stepping in front of them for this one. And then give me the Toronto Blue Jays with Manoah starting here. I think he's too strong. I think we can take them on the run line to get a nice big win. They're so strong off that loss, going 22-4 in their last 26 games following a loss. And against left-handed starters, they are also strong, 9-2 in their last 11 games.
Brian, what do you think?
I think in that grouping of games here, my square patty game of the day is probably going to be taking the Toronto Blue Jays with Manoah on the mound. He's been absolutely fantastic. If you look up,
Not last time.
He's been absolutely fantastic all season.
Not last game he wasn't.
Well, his numbers for the entire season as a total.
Right, but last game he got crushed.
I'm not worried about it.
Too fat.
That's just one game.
I didn't say it was too fat. I didn't say it.
And if the Pilkington, however you pronounce his name, O'Connor here, he's pedestrian minor league numbers, 12-16, 3.97 ERA. So I think the Blue Jays have enough to get it over that at 1.5. So if I'm going to take a square patty, it'll be the Jays. I'm going to take the Oakland A's plus the 1.5 here. I don't think Chris Paddock is a minus 180 pitcher here. Jeffries has got blown up 2 starts in a row, but I trust in the Oakland A's here to keep it close.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to come running to the defense of Alek Manoah here. He did pitch fairly well in that last game. It was the bullpen that blew up on him. That's been the problem for the Blue Jays all season. But I do like the Jays on the run line. That's, I think, probably one of my better plays of the day. But I also like I like the Houston Astros. I don't love the price, so maybe if it's a parlay piece or maybe you go towards the run line. But like I said, if you can't get hits off of Willie Peralta, put runs across the board, you need to find a new game plan.
You think the Astros are, instead of trying to find the open spot and just swing away the ball, just swing for the fences every single time, and with the soft ball, it's just warning track power, what used to be home runs?
Yeah, I think
and that's
so,
what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I think there also has to be something to be said for just not having any offensive mojo going on early on this season, because you can say that they have warning track power, and that could be the case, but again, you still got to put plays. You got to hit singles here and there. You sometimes have to play small ball. You can't always rely on the long ball. And just the Houston Astros just haven't been consistent offensively this season. I think relying on power might be a bit of a fool's game on their part.
Jovan, what do you think of these games?
Yeah, I got to roll with Alek Manoah on the run line. As long as he pitches 7 strong, I think that they should be able to win by margin. As far as I'm concerned, he pitched a good game last game against the Yanks. And I think against the Cleveland Guardians, he does the same thing. And Toronto should be able to muster some runs, out of Pilkington. So, and also take a shot with Minnesota. That's just a fade of the Athletics. They've been losing. I think they're on a 9-game losing streak, so let's make it number 10.
Ninos?
Sorry. Sorry. Where were we at? Okay. I like the over in the Astros game. I like the over in the Blue Jays game, but not as much as I like the over in the Astros game. And the third game there was, sorry. Also, speaking of the Blue Jays game, I think Cole's going to have some work to do to make his case for the most overrated player after that performance by Bieber yesterday. But anyways, sorry, risking the mute button there.
I don't really care.
Again,
but it doesn't make Cole not make $36 million and get shelled last September and October. He got crushed.
I agree.
When the chips were on the table and they needed a win, he got crushed, okay, at minus 280, and you were on him.
Then Bieber?
Yeah.
Hey, it might have been.
Bieber was plus 145. Way value. Cole was minus 280. He got slaughtered twice when they needed him most. Crushed.
They were going up against each other?
No, I'm talking about last year when they needed the games in September and October, when your money man is on the mound, when he's supposed to deliver for you, okay? Yeah. When you paid him this big-ass salary for, he got shelled. He got crushed. He had a chance to stand up and say, I am the man. Like Nolan Ryan, someone would have hit the ball that hard off of Nolan Ryan. The next guy, it's coming right in his ear. Cole, he just got shelled. I mean, just crushed, and just embarrassingly had to walk off the mound with his head down like this, like he always does. It's pathetic, man. It's like you pay a guy $36 million a year, he better be a leader. It better be Jeter. Not this clown. This guy's. I mean, sad that this is where your money is going. Is to pay this guy's salary, 16-8 with a 3.23. I'm sorry, that's not $36 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to put him on the same level as Kershaw, but I mean, we've seen Kershaw have struggles in the playoffs too. I mean,
October 5th, 2021, at Boston 6, Yankees 2. 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 bombs, 50 pitches. That when you need them most. October 5th, September 29th. 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 bombs. When you need him most to win your division, your $36 million man, that's what you get. That's what you got for $36 million. I don't care what anybody says. When you need him most, September 19th, 5.2 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned, 2 bombs again. This is no fluke. Big game, $36 million, man. Big-time players step up in big-time games. Roy Halladay, you stuck him in the playoffs in that spot. What did he do, Brian? Perfect frickin' game. Right? Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, the best pitchers of our generation. What do they do in those spots? Mow them down, chew them out, spit them out, man. Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander. These are the guys. How is this guy even considered in the same sentence as them? I don't know, man. Outside of that, not a bad guy. I just say the numbers show what the numbers show, you know? That he has the ability for 15 strikeout game in August. September and October, Finito Santiago.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's May, so let's see what he can do now.
Yeah, one step at a time. But yeah, no, that's true. I mean,
He got crushed. They needed him
step
most.
up when it matters.
When you needed him most. 2 innings.
Step up when it matters.
7 hits, 7 earned. 2 bombs. 3 times. Not just once. All right.
I think the Twins was the last game on that panel, right? On the
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Twins -1 for that last one.
I'm going to go against everybody here and take the Guardians with Pilkington. He's not bad at all. The last 2 times he's played in the majors, he hasn't allowed a run. This guy is pretty good. He's
a career minor leaguer. With
he goes 2 innings though.
Subpar numbers though. He has a 4 ERA in AAA for minor league overall numbers, 3.97 or so. I don't know.
2 innings,
I can
2
see-
hits, no runs against the Yankees. At plus 156. At plus 212 against the Giants. 2 innings, no hits, 2 strikeouts. Against the Giants. 1 inning, no hits. He's given up 2 hits. His entire major league career, which is limited. He's not a career minor leaguer, Brian. He was only drafted in 2018.
Well, he has a lot of games started in the minor leagues. Not a lot, but he has a good point. He has a good sample size where you can make a determination that he's a mediocre minor leaguer. Anybody with a close to a 4 ERA, that's not a Sandy Koufax numbers. So, I don't know. I've gotten square patty games wrong before, so you know.
Can't stand Cole. Can't stand him. I just don't see it. I didn't see it when they gave him the money, and I don't see it today. You know, he's not that guy. You know, I could see Verlander or Scherzer. You know, I there you could at least justify it. You know, been there, done that type guys. Not this guy. Even Rodon. I'd rather Rodon than Cole. Brian's like, I'll take Jordan Lyles over that guy.
I think Cole never won the Cy Young though, did he?
Nah, absolutely not.
No way.
Bieber did though. See,
Of course he did.
Bieber did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, like, if you put those 2 pitchers, you know, face to face,
I'd take
and
Cole,
just
Bieber.
on stuff alone, you know, Bieber's stuff versus Garrett Cole's stuff is you know, a notch above. Like the fastball, you're getting straight heat from Garrett Cole, which means if someone gets contact, it's going straight over the fence. You know, whereas Bieber, he has movement on his fastball. You know what I mean? So, you know, I look at Garrett Cole as a number 2 starter, really. But he had a couple good years in Houston, so he got that big contract. That's what happened.
Al Ninos, how much does Bieber make per year?
I'm not sure. I don't.
What do you
really pay
think? Take
attention too
a
much to
stab.
that
Take
stuff.
a guess. Take a guess.
I'd be horrible. I have no idea.
Just guess. Wild guess. Just, Cole makes 36. So what does you think Bieber makes a year?
What does he make? 10, 20?
6 million.
10?
6.
No,
6.
Yeah, no,
6. That means you can get 6 of him for
Yeah.
one Cole.
Yeah, okay.
Is
That's
Cole
a
6
bargain.
times better than him?
His next contract.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
He doesn't. He doesn't have another contract due until 2025, Brian.
When did he sign
That's
it?
the book on Bieber.
When did he
And he
sign
should
it?
fire his agent then.
Yeah, when did he sign it? See, that's why I think those long-term deals are great, because at the end of the contract, you're getting such great value on your player.
He signed it on March 23rd, 2022.
Horrible.
Wow, he should fire his agent. Yeah.
That's terrible.
As much as I bash on him, like he should fire his agent. That's true.
He sucks,
That's
and he
after he
should
won
fire
the
his
side.
agent. He sucks, and he's not making enough money. It's like, which one is it? Which
Wow,
one is it?
after winning the Cy Young, he signs that. That's pretty wild.
Anyways, I like Oakland here against the Twinkies, and I like the Guardians, and I like the Tigers against the Astros too. I like all the dogs today. People are going to be saying mother a lot today, I think. The sports books, they're going to be saying a lot of it. Anyways, Phillies against the Mets game 2. We got the Angels against the Nationals and the Giants taking on the Cardinals. Al Ninos, we'll let you start off this time so we could rip into your comments as a group. Who do you like?
Awesome. Again, I gotta go with the Mets here. And I think maybe take the Cardinals. And sorry, the third one was
Angels and Nationals.
Angels -1. Yeah, they got the big pitching edge today. Fell short yesterday, but I think they bounced back today.
Jovan, Patrick Sandoval, big pitching edge, career ERA in the mid 5s.
Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I will say that they should bounce back after yesterday's debacle. So I'm gonna switch courses. I was on Washington yesterday. I'm on the Angels today, and that's gonna be on the run line. I'll take a shot with Colorado, even though I don't. Yeah, I'll take a shot with Colorado. I think that that meltdown that Arizona had that might affect them today. So I'll take that plus money.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with the under in Washington and the Angels. Fede hasn't pitched that bad. He's only given up more than 2 earned runs in only one of his starts this year. It's just a matter of Washington's offense really letting him down. And for me, Patrick Sandoval, not a -208 pitcher. But I do think we could have a bit of a duel here. So I like the under in that one. I'm going to stick with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen's that staff ace, and Herman Marquez has just been absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
He'll have 4 earned runs in each of his last 4 starts, and I think the Diamondbacks come through here behind Gallen and get a win here.
Is that even in this grouping?
I thought it was.
Well,
The Rockies Diamondbacks was.
What?
I thought.
No, I thought we went
Almost.
A's, Twins, Giants, Cardinals, Angels, Nationals. But that's okay. It is now because Ruffalo says so.
Yeah.
Color outside the lines, baby. Be your own person. Just be your own person, Chris.
Never park in the lines anyways. So.
Brian, what do you think?
Maybe I'm going to get suckered into this one, but I'll take the Colorado Rockies with Marquez on the mound. Gallen is one of my guys, but the price is just really high for the Diamondbacks here. Maybe that's meant to scare me off, but I'll take a chance with the Rockies here. And I agree with Giovanni here. I'm going to take the Angels, but I'm going to lay the -1.5 here. Sandoval, I do worry about him regressing to the back of his cart, but Eric Fedde, I think he's a pitcher to easily give up 3, 4, 5 runs, and the Angels need a bounce back off of yesterday's disaster.
Fede's given up 1 run, 2 runs, 7 runs, 2 runs, and 2 runs. So he's got the same pitching line as Garrett Cole, actually. Or maybe even better. But anyways, Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one with Zach Gallen. I think he has a great game. And we see the Diamondbacks hitting nicely off right-handed starters. So I think they have a great opportunity in that one. I like the LA Angels as well on that run line, like Jovan was saying. I think they're just so solid in game 3 of a series. I think they've gone 8-0 in their last 8 in those game 3s. And in the interleague games, 4-1 in their last 5 as a favorite. I think they just come out and hit nicely off Freddie today. The Nationals have also struggled in LA, going 2-7 in those, or 2-5 in the last 7 meetings. And then give me the San Francisco Giants to come out for a nice big win in this one. I just like how they're playing at home right now, and I think they'll have a solid day.
All right. Can't get behind most of those, but I like the Tigers a lot. Go to our next set of games. We got Seattle, Tampa Bay. Interesting one. It became super interesting because the Rays have dominated, this series. But George Kirby put in here to start for the Mariners. He is the guy, right? He is the future, the savior, the better than Cole. Right? This is the guy. This is the guy, right? So we're going to see exactly what he is. He had got moved to the bullpen, did not make the Mariners opening day roster. No one's surprised that he's on the team now, and this is probably could sell off all of his possessions at his minor league home because I don't think he'll be heading back anytime soon. This guy is supposed to be the guy. And we're going to find out today because they're up against it with the Rays. He's been pitching in relief in the minor leagues because that's the way that they saw him here. His best chance to make it with the big club was to be as a reliever. So they moved him into relief in the minor leagues, and that's where he's been pitching. But today he makes the start. 1.82 ERA in the minors, 32 strikeouts in 24 innings. He's been everything that they said he was going to be, but he did get beat out, for the opening day roster by Matt Brash. So who knows? The Rays probably not a team that's going to be too intimidated by this. I'll tell you, there's a team that's not going to really care too much. It's probably these guys. These guys nothing seems to bother them all that much. I guess if you have Wander Franco and company, you don't have a lot to worry about. With all these young players, like what's Wander Franco going to be making in a few years? Anyways, we got that one. We got Trevor Rogers, the king of the yes run first inning, going for the Marlins against the San Diego Padres. Got Jordan Montgomery on the hill for the Yankees. He looked like a mortal finally last time out. Up against Glenn Otto. So John Gray was slated for one of these 2 starts today for the Rangers, but he's not going now. And then you've got Bruce Zimmerman and Daniel Lynch in the game 2 in Baltimore. So tomorrow we have daytime baseball too. We have 2 games. We got Rangers, Yankees, and Orioles, Royals. A 12:30 Eastern time start and a 1:30, I believe it is, Eastern time start for Monday. So we'll have daytime baseball on Monday. Extra games, more sports, daytime, weekday sports, all that kind of good stuff. And then
Dodgers Cubs.
What?
I was just saying, don't forget Dodgers Cubs.
Yeah, I'm getting there, Brian. I was just talking about that this series plays again tomorrow. That's all I was saying. So easy there, Slugger. Got it. We're here. We're on course. Joe, what do you have with your brunch? You do the mimosas, Bloody Marys, or just a glass of scotch like normal?
No. So we're headed downtown in the city. So I don't know. Probably just a mimosa. I like pineapple mimosas.
Nice. It's kind of like that Seinfeld episode where they go out with Elaine's father for dinner, and George is like, "Give me a soda with no ice," and then he's like, "I'll have a scotch with plenty of ice." Yeah.
No, I can't drink scotch, that's for sure.
All right. No scotch for Joe with her brunch.
No
I'll have the
scotch.
eggs Benedict and a glass of scotch.
I actually do love eggs Benedict, so that's a good call, Mitch. I probably will get that.
All right. I'm used to ordering 4. I'm a big order 4 person. Just order for everybody. I love ordering.
Nice.
I do. For the table. It really pisses people off. It's like, what? That's not what I was going to. We're good. We'll have for the table. We'll just pick at it.
Nice.
All right. What do you think of these games?
So we're at the last grouping, correct?
Yeah, got George Kirby through the Cubs.
Yeah, I got to roll with the Seattle Mariners here with Kirby up. I also look at how well the Mariners have done in Game 4 of a series. So strong in that position, going 13-3 in their last 16. They're also great at home as a favorite. So give me the Seattle Mariners here. The Rays also struggled in Seattle, going 6-13. I got to roll with the Padres.
They beat the crap out of them in every game in this series.
I know
they're
they have,
beating
but
I
I don't think
they're
it continues.
woodshedding them, Joe. It's like they're not
I don't
struggling.
think it continues.
The Mariners scored a run last night, and the Rays hit a grand slam the next inning. It was like it has not been close. It's every game.
I know, but I don't think it continues.
In fact, I think they've covered the run line on them 6 in a row.
6 in a row.
I believe so. I believe so.
So, okay, in Seattle?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, because they are 6-13 in their last 19 meetings in Seattle. So when they've won big.
Yes. And I believe they're the last 6 games.
Okay. I don't think it continues. I think
Okay.
we're due.
Seattle
Mariners come out.
I call everybody else out, so I'm gonna call you out.
That's okay. I'm always fine with you calling me out. I'm gonna roll with the San Diego Padres here. I like them. I think Miami's going to struggle against Musgroves here. They struggle against right-handed starters, going 0-5 in their last 5 games versus them. And then the LA Dodgers and Chicago Cubs. I'm going to roll with the Dodgers here to have a nice, strong game. They've won all of the last 5 meetings against Chicago. And with Buehler, I can never pronounce his name right. There's too many vowels in there.
Ferris
Walker
Bueller.
Buehler up. Yeah, I think they have every opportunity to get a huge win here.
Brian, Bueller taking the day off here, or?
Well, I'm going to agree with Joe at least with the Rays and Mariners. I think the Mariners get a much-needed win here since they've lost 6 in a row. Normally I like to fade the big-time star rookie pitcher, but I'll take Kirby tonight for a small wager, and then I'm going to trust my guy Trevor Rogers to have no runs first inning combined with Musgrove, and I'll take the Marlins overall for the upset. And then I'll take the Chicago Cubbies after yesterday's debacle. I lost both $100 bets on the Cubs, but this is a national TV game. I think Stroman steps up big time in the spotlight here. I know Walker Buehler's good, but I think the Cubs can take this one.
All right. If you head into that game, get that souvenir 1984 playoff pretzel from the concession stand. Run you about $11 at Wrigley these days. Chris?
Commemorative edition pretzel.
Oh man, it's like you get the pretzel at Wrigley and it's like it's cold and it just like one of those ones, it just like crumbles, like as you're eating it. It's like, oh man. It's like why is the salt always like soggy on those things, right? It's like did someone drop this in a sink or something? It's like
that's always my greatest fear, is to have a soggy pretzel that someone dropped in the sink.
Oh man, why are they always soggy like that with the salt? Like
that's your greatest fear.
when it comes to pretzels, absolutely. There's other ones, but that's probably at the top of the list, pretzel related, anyways. The only game I really like in this group is the San Diego Padres. I've said for anyone who listened, I think Joe Musgrove is the staff ace there. I forget about Darvish or anyone else. I think it's Joe Musgrove. He's been locked out from the year, and as much as I like Trevor Rogers, he hasn't been getting the run support. Miami hasn't been all that consistent as of late. I think Musgrove shuts down the Padres and helps San Diego get some revenge after being shut out yesterday.
According to the betting tools, the Angels 0-4 on the run line following the loss. Jovan?
Yeah, so yeah, I gotta continue to fade the Mariners. You know, they'll lose 7 straight. They can't hit lefties. Ryan Yarbrough, I believe he's a lefty. So I think the dominance continues in this series. So run with the Rays. And you know, I gotta agree. San Diego. I like Joe Musgrove and what he brings to the table. You know, it seems like he's finally coming into his own. You know, he found a nice home in San Diego. So, you know, going up against Trevor Rogers and his 6.14 ERA, I like the Padres in that game. So,
How many pitches is Kirby slated to pitch in that game? Anybody know? 60? Because the Rays can do that to you in an inning or two.
Why would he only pitch 60?
Because it's his first major league start, and
He's been starting.
No, he hasn't. He's been pitching in relief. He's been pitching out of the bullpen.
He's been going 5 innings in the minors.
He is slated for... Doesn't say.
Going 5 innings in his last 4 games in the minors.
It doesn't mean
4.2
anything.
before
How many
that.
pitches?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see.
Anyways, I'll look
this
it up.
year in the minor leagues. He's started 5 games. He's thrown 24 innings, a 1.82 ERA, 0.89 WHIP. So five starts.
Let's say how many
Less than 5
pitches.
start.
Anyways, El Ninos, what do you got in the slot?
Yeah, I loved the Rays yesterday. Today, not as much, but I think if I had to pick a side here, I have to keep rolling with the Rays. Still think they have the better lineup, and Yarbrough, he's not their best option, obviously, but you know that ERA is obviously just one bad start. So I think he does just well enough, and he gets just enough run support. I mean, yeah, Kirby said he's. I guess he scared me off making this a premium player, betting it too much, I guess, but I still think the Rays got the job done here. And I like the overs in the Padres game. I like the overs in the Dodgers game.
It's not like the Rays have never seen a good pitcher before. They've won, the Rays have won 8 in a row on the road, on this road trip. They're, World Series team 2 years ago. Like I said, and this Kirby is sensational. I'm probably going to win a lot of money on him for many years to come. I just don't know if today's that day. I just think maybe even if he pitches well, the bullpen looked hideous yesterday, giving up that grand slam. And it was a 2-0 game. Then it was 2-1. And then it was 3-1. And then 4-1. Then 8-1. And it's kind of like they get into that part of the lineup, and it's just, oh man, I don't know. I just don't see the Rays backing down. I like the thought of Kirby here, and I think if he does pitch well, we'll never see him at this price again. But I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't get there. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Really Not sorry, to be honest with you. Not one bit. And I love Marcus Stroman. I'm taking the reverse run line here with the Cubs. Anyways, any props, any parlays, anything like that going on today?
I have one.
Go ahead, Joe. Mother's Day parlay here.
Yeah, I'm going to take
the mother of all parlays.
the all on the money line. 3 games here. I'm going to take the LA Dodgers, the Padres, and the Giants.
That mother parlay. Brian, anything?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to take the Miami Heat plus any points you can get. The Chicago Cubs on the money line teamed up with the Texas Rangers plus 1.5, game 1.
Chris Ruffalo.
Sir, I'm going to go with the San Diego Padres, the over in the Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds game, and the Blue Jays on the run line.
Jovan.
Yeah, I got a 4-teamer. I'll throw out the Rays, the Padres, the Mets, and the White Sox over.
Mets game 1 or 2?
Oh, that's game 1. That's the one with Scherzer. Yeah, so the one with Scherzer, game 1.
Game 1. Al Ninos.
Yeah, Mets game 1 -1. Mets game 1 -1. Mets game 1 -1. That should have been a premium. The line came out late. I really like that game a lot.
All right. I like the Rangers in both of the games today, parlayed up with the Cubs.
And Rangers, Cubs. First game, by the way.
Are the New York Rangers playing today too, Joe?
No, yesterday.
Because it could have gone Rangers. And then we got the Cubs kicker, which if we hit the first 3 legs of the parlay, then we got a lot of options. Which we bet all of them. You miss halftime, Joe?
Yeah, I do. I really am missing football, actually. I'm starting to kind of twitch a little bit without it.
Kind of ready for those halftime shows. I like them.
Absolutely. They're a lot of fun.
I love doing them.
Just turn on USFL if you miss the NFL.
I have not seen.
That's true. I have flicked through a bit of it.
I've seen 0. I've seen 0 of it. Anyone? Have you seen any of it? Anybody?
Lots of Miami Hurricanes all over the league.
I'm sure there are.
Fault.
We've had a run of not so good coaches, but don't worry, the sheriff's back in town, and we can pay our players legally now, and we're going to be good. No one pays players like we do. So you want to get into this pay for play crap? You picked the wrong team to jump on, because we've been paying players long before you were allowed to pay players. Long before. We're experts at this. You want to talk about like no-show jobs? We invented the no-show job. You want to talk about $200,000 for a sushi dinner? You've come to the right place. Yacht trips. We always have the pictures of the players on the yacht. It's like, oh man, we came like. It's like for the stuff that Alabama's doing, we almost got the death penalty for that. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Oh, man, can't wait for college football, especially we got the new sheriff in town. We got a boatload of boosters. I mean, a crap ton, boosters for Miami. We got a big name, Marcus Lemonis, big-time booster. Was he the prophet, right? This guy, owns like stadiums. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make it a winning day. A lot of games on the card today, so bet with your head, not your heart. Well, I bet with your heart, too. Why not? Enjoy yourself out there. Bet responsibly. Stay the hell away from Garrett Cole. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.